It's a sizzling summer on Broadway with Tony-winning shows on stage and new plays and musicals on the way. I'm Tamsen Fadal. Glad you're here. Welcome to The Cottage. It's a hilarious and star-studded new play from director Jason Alexander. I got to know the TV icon who's putting it all together. What made you decide to take this on?
I loved it. You know, it is a takeoff on the very behaved Noel Coward plays. But you could absolutely see the fun of it and the tropes of it. It has a bunch of silliness, but it also has a lot of stuff that's really about things. It's a bit of a feminist story. It's turning a kind of a play that was always dominated by the men and having it dominated by the women and sort of traveling through their arc of this circumstance in a different way. Broadway hasn't done a lot of flat-out comedies for a while, and I thought that would be just a glorious thing to be part of, to do something that makes people laugh and smile.
You've done so much, but does Broadway always give you that, I don't want to use the word tingle, but that like, oh my gosh, it's Broadway. I mean, I feel like this is always something where, I mean, when you come back to it, does it feel new all over again?
It is not lost on me that this was where I was hoping my career would end up. And when I got the notion in any real sense of maybe I'd like to be an actor, my fantasies were not about film and television. I grew up in New Jersey, so I was going, how do I get across that river and work in those theaters? And I reasonably thought it would take quite a long time to get there, and then I was lucky enough to start that journey when I was 21 years old. So every time I come back and I get on these stages, or I even just get in this area of town, and I go, I get to work here. It's not a tiny club, but it's not the biggest club in the world either. When you were inspired by those particular fantasies, I don't really know how to sit with it, because it was a fantasy. I mean, I just didn't think it was going to happen this way. And as a director, I mean, I've been directing for 30 years, you know, but I didn't think I'd get to I mean, you get to Broadway by doing, you know, you're the head of an artistic directing company and you push something out and you get it here. Or you've started when you're much younger and you've built your career to this point. But I'm 63 years old and I'm making my Broadway directorial debut, and it's like, what is happening? It's not lost on me how extraordinary it is.
And you never had the focus to do TV and movies, but that happened.
Yeah.
When you look back at that and you look at the fact that that character, that show, that cast has lived through time, and it is a, you know, it's just timeless comedy that you could flip on at any point, in any city, you know, and it's probably going to be airing somewhere. Thoughts about that? I mean, I'm sure. Do you ever stop or do you just keep going through the dial?
I don't hunt it out.
Well, I don't think you do either,
you know, but sure, I've been, you know, especially if I'm on the road doing something and you're just flipping channels, you don't know what's what, and you go, oh, home movie. You know, that's what it always feels like to me, is a home movie we made in the backyard. Well, listen, I can't speak for all of us. I don't think any of us had any expectation that the show would have the impact that it seems to have, the staying power that it seems to have. I don't know why young audiences are coming to it at this point. We didn't have cell phones in the show. I mean, it seems like such a creature from another planet at this point. But there's something about it, I don't know what it is, that continues to attract and build an audience. It may be that, you know, I do think they were funny, and funny is funny is funny. The way it has played out for me has been a very beautiful thing. I get to see more or less the kindest moments of people who want to share how much they have been touched by or helped by being able to laugh in their lives because of that show. And that's what they want to share. And that is true all around the world. People have come up and said, you know, you got me through a tough day or a tough time. And that, for me in particular, but I think actors in general, suddenly elevates this little kind of selfish thing that we do, because we like doing it. Sure. We seem to be okay at it, and it can be rewarding, and it suddenly makes it something that has value beyond that, and a gift to us.
Yeah, isn't that what life's all about at the end of the day, right? Those moments and helping each other however we do it. This cast that has come together for this show is particularly funny and fabulous. How do you feel about this going forward and working with them and what each one brings? Because everybody brings their own, life before this.
You bet. I mean, I've got 5 Broadway veterans and 1 newbie, but not new to comedy. I mean, it's great. They know the theater. They know comedy. They come bearing gifts and frankly, insight and points of view. I would love to tell you, oh, it's all me, but it isn't, and it never is. I don't think for any director. They have brought things to the table. They've asked questions. It is a true ensemble show. All shows are to some degree, but the comedy of this, it isn't a star vehicle. It all has to work. It's in this very stylized period thing. They all have to nail it. If somebody doesn't get it right, then it kind of looks half-baked. Right. So to have 6 individual stars working together as a team for a common cause is always makes me very happy and feel very lucky.
I like that. Your British accent, how's that? Was that easy?
They're all doing very well. They really are. Jerome Butler is our dialect coach, and I'm sure he's been a huge assist to all of them. Eric, grew up in Canada, so he's been a member of the Crown adjacent for all his life. Everyone's got a pretty good handle on it. Most of us, you could go on the street, everybody can kind of do a British accent. There's little tricky things that most actors. I remember when I had to do it for a show years ago. It's B-E-E-N. Here in the United States is always bin.
Bin.
And in London, in Britain, it's bean.
Bean?
And bean will trip more people up. More Americans will stumble on the beans. They'll be absolutely tripping along, and then all of a sudden they say, well, I have been. And you go, well, it sounded British, but it's not British. And knowing that it's laugh and not laugh. You can make the American pronunciation feel British if you stay in the world, right. But it ain't it. So it's those little things that we get tripped up on that they're doing a really great job of. You just have to get it in your bones.
Yeah. Do you slip in and out? Do you do it at home? Do you?
I don't. I don't know what the hell they do. I don't have to worry about it at all.
You got to listen for it though. You got to know when it's a bean or a bin.
I don't. I mean, I do listen for it. I have been trained in it, but that doesn't mean I have that kind of ear. I listen for it, but it really is our dialect coach that comes to a rehearsal every now and then and goes, yes, darling, it's bean. And just reminds everybody.
Congratulations for being back here and being back here in this role now.
Thank you.
I'm thrilled for you. I feel like you really realize what's important, and you can have a good time doing it at the same time, but people are what's important at the end of the day and how you touch them.
Yeah, it's you never know what's going to be a success, and you never know what's going to be less of a success. But if you can make the journey valuable, regardless of its outcome, then it's all been valuable. I have every reason to believe that this show is a real crowd pleaser. But regardless, I'm very happy to say that the path of doing it, the people I've met, the things I've been able to do, it's just been glorious. And hopefully it will all culminate in something everybody says, yay.